Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into what part of an exercise actually makes you stronger.
It seems so simple, right? But this one question is a huge deal in exercise science.
All right, let's break it down. Meet the two key players in every single rep you perform.
First up, concentric. That's the up phase, the part where you're actively moving the weight.
But the eccentric phase, the lowering part, is often called the negative, and it's a different beast.
So just how different are they? Well, a huge meta-analysis recently broke it all down for us.
First off, energy. Eccentric work is surprisingly efficient, generating huge force with less effort.
All right, time for the big question. Which one really builds more strength? Let's see the results. And the results were crystal clear. Eccentric training had a massive effect on getting stronger.
Okay, so it builds strength. But what about building actual muscle size, hypertrophy? Once again, eccentric training came out on top, showing a really solid effect on muscle growth.
But the most shocking difference, that came when they looked at explosive power.
And whoa, just look at these numbers. A huge effect for eccentric training and almost zero for concentric.
The study's conclusion was pretty direct. Eccentric exercise is just superior for strength, size, and power.
And this was a game changer for older adults or anyone who struggles with high-intensity work.
But, okay, it wasn't a total knockout. Eccentric training isn't a silver bullet for everything.
For example, neither type of training did much for things like heart health or making tendons stronger.
And yeah, there's one famous drawback. If you've done this, you definitely know the feeling.
Yep, that next day soreness. Eccentric work is famous for causing more muscle damage and, well, pain.
So, let's put this all together. What does this mean for your actual workouts?
Basically, it's a super powerful tool for results, especially for rehab or less intense training.
So it really leaves you with one big question to think about for your own fitness.